Hey everyone, I'm Nick, and welcome to the channel. Now today we're checking out something a little bit different. So if you've ever arrived somewhere early, or you've had to wait somewhere, maybe to pick someone up or for an appointment, and you've thought, well, I've got all this stuff connected with CarPlay, but it's not really what I want to do. So today we're going to check out something that will turn your radio's screen that's compatible with CarPlay into a regular screen that you can plug in anything into via HDMI. Now this is from a returning sponsor, MINIX. It's the MINIX CA361, and what it does is it adds an HDMI input to a CarPlay compatible head unit. So that means you could plug in any device via HDMI into your display and use your car's speakers to output sound. It means you could plug in your laptop, maybe use the head unit as a second display, or plug in a console, plug in a movie player, whatever you want to do. So let's take a look at what's inside. So we've got a little manual, we've got the unit itself, just got our HDMI port, a little reset port button, and a USB port. We've got a braided USB cable, which feels really nice, with a little Velcro strap on it to keep it wrapped up. And we have a USB-A, USB-C adapter. And this is metal, which is very nice. It's got a nice length on the cable, which means you can tuck it out of the way or run it to the back maybe. If maybe you have a kid, you want to have them plug in their device or something into your head unit. And we get the MINIX logo on the top too. So that's everything that's included, so let's go test it out. So we're in my Mercedes S-Class that has an aftermarket head unit that has wired CarPlay compatibility. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna plug in this unit, plug in the MINIX. Got my ports in here that I ran when I installed this. Plug it in. And see, it connects as an iPhone through CarPlay. I was blinking as we were waiting for something, and you see the name of the unit. And now we just grab our HDMI input. I have my switch down here on a battery bank, though you could plug it in via an inverter into the 12 volt. Let's do the dock. Plug that in. Now it's on standby because I wasn't using it, but that should wake it up. And here I have Echoes of Wisdom running. That was pretty cool. Actually, it looks pretty good. Obviously, it's not as sharp as a TV, but that's going to depend a lot on your screen, what your head unit is. That's pretty cool. Now, if you want to toggle back to your main menu, you can drop back out by pressing and holding, and get back in by going to the CarPlay app. Now, the input latency on the video is actually quite good. See, it's pretty responsive, but there's a little bit of a delay with audio. And I think that has a lot to do with the fact that we're going through a CarPlay interface. So that's going to limit the response time for audio. And if you notice the frame rate being a little lower than what you're used to on your Switch, that's also a limitation of CarPlay. So if you do plan on playing games, maybe something fast-paced isn't the best suited for this, and something a little slower paced will work well, but that's up to you. And I think it would work really well for just video content. But it is very neat. It's pretty funny to be playing this on my car. All right, now let's plug in something a little different. There we go. Now this is my laptop. So let's say I'm out and about and I need to get some work done while I wait for someone or something like that. I've got my editing software here. And one thing I can use this screen for is use it as a second display, or in this case, maybe video clean feed. And this will be a live feed of whatever I'm editing. So as I play through this, I can see a real-time display of what I'm editing. So work like that. Otherwise, you know, maybe I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna work on this screen and maybe play a video back on the other. You can put this in full screen here. I have the output of the audio through here. Tensioner, supercharger. So that is pretty cool. Now, obviously, screen size is going to vary. You know, this is relatively small, but it's outputting at 1080p to this. So things are a little bit shrunk, but as a second screen, it can be really helpful, really convenient when you're in the car, or maybe you just want to use it to put your computer audio through into the car speakers so you can get nice loud audio, nice music from your computer or whatever you're watching. Got our display in here. Run whatever you want in there. I could see this being a really convenient tool. Say you're waiting for someone, you got some work to do, you just move over to the passenger seat, have some space, you just set up right here, use this as a second screen. That's really convenient for some extra productivity if you like to have a second screen. Now you can use this for whatever ideas you have, as long as it's an HDMI input. So that's really neat. Now let's get this unplugged. Now if you want to change the settings, or you need to change the settings for this, there is a way to. What you can do is connect to the Wi-Fi network called auto-8877. Password's in the manual. It's 8 times the number 8. 678. Join. And then you can hop into your browser. Now to get into the settings, you type in 192.168.1.101. There you go. And here we have the settings for the box. So right here you got your build number, you can restore it to factory settings, choose the audio streaming mode, choose a delay start, which can be useful depending on your head unit. Some of them need the adapters or whatever you plug into it to start up a little slower, especially if you leave it plugged in all the time. You can report any problems you have, and you can update it. So for the iPhone, it'll just give you an option to update. You just hit update, it'll process it. There's a little bit of a different procedure if you have Android, but that's all detailed in the manual. But if it's working, you shouldn't need to adjust anything. So yeah, it's nice that you can access these settings. And then when you're done, you can just disconnect from that Wi-Fi and you're good to go. So, yeah. So even from there, you can press and hold and go back to your main menu if you don't have a button to get back out. On this specific head unit, I can just toggle back out with my home button, but it's good to know that just tapping and holding will do it. Now, if your screen's a little bit bigger or shaped a little differently and you see black bars on the sides, you'll be able to tap and it'll zoom the image in so it fills the whole screen. So that might cut some things out, but it's a nice option to have as well. Now, since we're taking up a USB port on our car, there's actually another one right here that you could use to plug in your phone. As far as I could tell, it won't pass anything through, but you know, if you have something you want to charge, you could use it for that. So yeah. Oh, also, even if this is a touchscreen, it's not going to pass any information like that through HDMI, so it'll just be used as a regular screen. So it won't interact with your laptop, and it doesn't become a touchscreen for whatever you plug into it. So it's just as a display. But yeah, very cool. So overall, this is a really interesting little adapter. Turning your wired CarPlay head unit into a display is really interesting. You could use it for work or for fun. And yeah, it's pretty cool. If you plan on using this to play videos on your head unit, please do so in a safe way. So I want to thank MINIX again for sending this to me to review. And I'll be leaving a link in the video description if you want to check it out. If you have any questions about it, let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like. And if you want to watch more videos like this, or you want to watch me work on cheap European cars, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.